Hi everyone, welcome to the Icehouse podcast. Today we have Ketel and Kelly Thomsen from Bookkeepers NZ, and they are currently on our owner-operator program. So today we're having an awesome conversation with the both of them about how they're finding it and their business owner journey. So, hi guys, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us, Bryar.
Hi, Bryar.
Hi, thanks for being on the podcast. It's awesome to connect. So first question I might ask you, both of you, introduce yourselves, your background and your business, Bookkeepers, and what Bookkeepers NZ does as a service.
Sure. So I, was working alongside Kelly. I'd been working for her for a couple of years in a bookkeeper role in a previous business that she owned. And we decided, why don't we do it together? So we had the opportunity to go into partnership together, and that was in January 2018. So we're still quite new into our journey. And the rest has been pretty cool, really. We get on really well. We have a fantastic team. And it's just been a great experience providing fantastic bookkeeping services to great clients. We really, really do have great clients.
Yeah, awesome. That's really cool. What about you, Kelly? Anything to add there?
So I guess where we are at the moment is a bit of a dream come true. My background initially wasn't in accounting and bookkeeping. I was originally a chef. Did lots. I was going to say it's a great story that I can now cook the books, but I promise you I don't. So I originally was cooking and absolutely loved my career in cooking. Took me all around the world and all the way back to New Zealand, which is of course the best place to be. And I looked at buying a restaurant and had a look at the financials and thought, this is nice, but what language is it? And really, this is where my interest in accounting and bookkeeping started. I really wanted to understand what those financials meant, what it meant to be in business, and how to do it. So that led me into thinking, I might just do a paper to understand, what does bookkeeping, what is this? And that turned into a degree in accountancy with Massey University. So it became a real passion. And more from the perspective of understanding what a business is from a financial perspective. And so that grew into my bookkeeping career, which then led me to DIE, which then led to Bookkeepers NZ, and it's fantastic.
Yes, I can tell you guys just are in your zone. You're very passionate about it, which is cool. So maybe, Kelly, explain what Bookkeepers NZ service is, obviously bookkeeping, but if there's anything else to add to that, and maybe your guys' different roles within the company.
Sure, okay. So at Bookkeepers NZ, we work with our clients to understand the financial side of it, but it's really to do with monthly, weekly processing of accounts. And working on budgets, cash flows. We do work with our clients to do things like payroll. So that's can be a real minefield for people in business and understanding the legislation that surrounds payroll. So for us, it's super important that we give our clients the assurance that there's accuracy involved, and we give them the confidence to be able to look after their employees properly. We do provide services, everything from opening clients' mail to sitting on board meetings with clients. So we've had some clients that have been with us for a very long time now, coming up 8 years for one of them that's followed us all the way through. And for them, it's everything from accounts payable, accounts receivable, working with their accountant, working with their bank manager, working with the family to make sure that everything's running smoothly, and even every now and then we go out and help count the stock. So it's really about being an integral part of our client's business, helping them run on a day-to-day basis and giving them the assurance that we're there to support them.
Yeah, that's so great. That's awesome. And do you want to speak to your guys' different roles inside the business?
Yeah, sure. So Kelly is our sales superstar. So she's Yeah, she's been doing a great job lately. We've had amazing growth in our business, which there's been a number, I guess, of reasons that have helped with that. We both did a sales course that highlighted for me that Kelly was better at doing sales. So I was happy to let her have that role.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more operational based. So Kelly has an idea and my brain starts going, how are we going to do that?
Yeah.
So I think we work really well together in that way. We have our other internal things within the company where she'll deal with HR, deal with payroll, and I'll deal with other stuff. IT.
Di is fantastic with systems and making sure that systems are really suitable for our clients' businesses. She's fantastic at really reviewing what systems are being used, how you can create more efficiencies with different systems, and really helping businesses in that area. It's fantastic.
Great. You guys are a great team. I can definitely tell that. So that's awesome. That's really cool. So what was your guys' aha moment for Bookkeepers NZ? Anyway, just jump in.
Hey, well, we've had lots of aha moments. They're continual.
Yeah, nice.
I think even meeting with Michaela and being introduced to the Icehouse program was definitely a big aha moment. Michaela talking us through understanding our value was a massive one, and telling us that we need to give ourselves a pay rise was like, oh, okay. And that sounds fabulous, but how? And just so working through each individual aspect of our business, we've had lots of ahas.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's cool.
It's also a case of knowing when we need that next employee. And that again has been something Michaela's helped with a lot. I could be described as quite risk averse, I guess. And so we need a new employee, and I'd be saying, hang on a minute, we can't do that yet. We need the clients to be able for them to have the work.
Yeah.
And so I learned very quickly that actually, no, you need the capacity, and then you can find the clients. So that's been a huge change for me. But yeah, it's definitely been a huge aha moment.
Yeah, that's great. That's cool. Di, what's your favourite thing about what you do at Bookkeepers NZ?
Making clients happy.
Cool.
It just our tagline is switching stress to success.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing for what we do for clients. We have clients who are used to doing their own accounts payable or accounts receivable, and it either means they are working till 2 o'clock in the morning, or they miss out on Sundays with their children.
Yeah.
So to be able to take that away from them and know that they're getting a great service, which is adding huge value to them, is fantastic. Just knowing that we're taking that stress away from them is great.
Yeah, that's great. And what about you, Kelly?
I think one of my favourite things is seeing our team happy.
Cool.
We see a lot of positive feedback from our team, and therefore it creates a really happy environment to work in. To see that we can provide our team with the ability to have a balance, and it's been something that we've had right from day one. It's been a big thing for me, especially just coming from a corporate accounting environment into a flexible working environment where we understand that families are super important, pets are super important, sports are important, and keeping yourself in a great space is super important. So having that flexibility in our workplace has been something that we've had right from day one. And to me, if everyone's happy here at work and happy at home, it's like, that's fantastic. And to be able to provide jobs to our friends, they become our friends, totally. To our colleagues is fantastic.
Yeah, that's special. That's
just really following on from that, we recently did make a job offer to someone, and I was at home. It was on the weekend. I shouldn't be working on the weekend, I know, but and I said to my son, can you please take the dog outside? I just need to make sure she doesn't bark. I need to ring someone and offer her a job.
Yeah.
And he had this big smile on his face. And I said, yeah, this is the cool bit of the job.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Giving someone else a job, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's special. I love that story. That's great. Biggest challenge. Are there any challenges in the financial bookkeeping industry that you're working through? Di, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. We recently heard a statistic that there's 150 accounting jobs available in Hawke's Bay at the moment.
Wow.
And so, yeah, resource has been a real challenge for us at the moment. But yeah, like I said, have recently just offered someone a role. So really, really excited about that. So yeah, and I know that for a lot of other businesses around, they are also having that struggle. So yeah, the time and resource is just a huge challenge.
Yeah, Kelly, anything to add to that?
I think although it's a challenge we accept really well, in that keeping up to date with legislative changes and making sure that we keep our team and our clients informed about changes that impact them. It's a constant challenge.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can imagine. Great. Okay, now moving to sort of how you've worked with us at the Icehouse. How did you first hear about the Icehouse coaching and the owner-operator program?
Di, you take it away.
Oh, okay. In 2019, we were very proud to be, what were we, crowned?
Named, yeah.
Named the 2019 Xero Bookkeeping Partner of the Year.
Awesome.
And we didn't know at the time, but Andy Hamilton was the judge of that award.
Great.
And so after the event, we got to meet him, and it was really cool. And that was what then opened our eyes to the Icehouse. And then it was social media posts about that afterwards, where we had seen the programs that were available. And yeah, Kelly also had a previous participant recommend.
It's that kind of thing, when you go to a barbecue and you catch up with people and friends, and they keep on saying, hey, you guys really need to come and join us at the owner-operator program. Come and join the Icehouse. It's fantastic. It's done this for our business. We're growing. We're successful. And, when you hear it enough, you think, yep, you know what? There's got to be some truth in this. And sure enough, that was what led us to the Icehouse.
That's cool. That makes my heart very happy hearing that. It's a legit thing when at a barbecue, someone's saying, this is actually really awesome and you should do that, so that's really amazing to hear. Thank you. So you've both taken part in Icehouse Coaching with Michaela, as you mentioned a little bit earlier. She's amazing, which is awesome. And now you're on our owner-operator program in the Hawke's Bay. Both of you, if you could sum up your both experiences in a couple sentences. Maybe Kelly, kick us off.
You've only given me a couple of sentences.
Well, hey, you can say it doesn't need to be a couple of sentences. Just however it takes.
Okay. So the owner-operator, firstly, meeting Michaela was a fantastic boost because we met her during COVID, and that was through reaching out to the regional business partners here in Hawke's Bay. So she really gave us the confidence to work with our clients in that troubled time. And then as a part of that, recognise that the support of the owner-operator program would be so valuable for us to grow our business. So that was our real introduction, and it has done exactly that. Working through the workshops, and just this is where a lot of our aha moments have come from. And implementing our learnings in our business has seen our business really, really grow. It's seen our client base grow, and the connections we now have as a result of it has really strengthened our business.
Amazing. Great answer. That's cool. What about you, Di?
For me, I guess, personally, I've had a huge confidence boost. I now have a lot more faith in my abilities and what I bring to our business marriage, I guess.
And it's like that.
Yeah. marriage. But yeah, it's been the accountability that we've had through the owner operator program has been amazing, because it's meant we've had to do it. Michaela will tell us off if we don't do it. So and there's always just fantastic nuggets of knowledge that we get from her, but also from the other business owners on the program. Just learning how someone does something in their business, just kind of you just think about it and go, actually we could change the way we do something to implement the same type of system. And it's just little tweaks, and Michaela talks about just moving the right levers, and that's exactly it. It's just a little tweak of a lever can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love what you said about the people on program with you. It's amazing. I hear in these podcasts all the time that, you go in and you're like, oh, who am I to be here? I don't know. A bit of imposter syndrome comes in, and you're like you're sort of like, can't even be in this room. And then you start getting to know people and listening to their stories and realizing that sort of every business owner is winging it a little bit. And it's just nice to sort of be able to breathe and get so much golden insight from each other. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, it's very true. It's certainly helped us appreciate and understand the value we bring to not only our business but other businesses, and seeing the appreciation from those that we've been introduced to has been fantastic. But it's more the fact that Michaela has taught us to really value ourselves, value our business, and then we can see the results from that too, which has been fantastic. It has given us a great confidence boost. Yeah,
that's great. Were there any surprises from both coaching and the program? Anything that really surprised you?
I think what surprised me the most is, after going through, doing my degree, there was a lot of very similar learnings. But what surprised me was what came back to me, and then the ability of being able to apply that knowledge. It's being in that real world situation. So it surprised me how much my knowledge was brought back to me. But the brilliant part was that surprise turned into results, because we were actually, we were able to apply it and implement it and see the benefits of what we've actually been taught. So from my perspective, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. Anything from you, Di?
I guess the networking and the referrals we've received from fantastic clients. I guess it has surprised us. Just the amount, or I'm not quite sure what the right word is, but I feel like it's given us permission that we do have a good business model, and what we're doing is actually providing great value to other people. And just knowing that our processes and things that we've got going on within our business are great, and we can delegate those to others. And have that faith that that service is still going to be fantastic over any of our team.
Yeah, nothing beats just that confidence that, no, we're doing the right thing, like we're using our skill set in the right place, and for someone just to be like, no, you're on track, you're doing great. And actually something so simple like that can just be so powerful in terms of moving forward. So I totally agree. That's awesome to hear. On that, are there any changes that what changes have you implemented into your business, maybe one for business and one for lifestyle, since coaching and the program? Anything that stands out?
Yeah, well, the first one was giving ourselves a pay rise.
Yes, I love that.
So that's been great. And also just having our team members buy into our processes as well. So we sat with them and we created our standard operating procedures as a team, instead of there being one person saying, this is how we're going to do it. Everyone was involved, and everyone added their own thoughts or the way they do it, because we all know that there's different ways to get to the end result. So it was a great learning experience, and it was just fantastic that we really saw our staff shine, to know that they were empowered enough to be able to speak up and not just worry that they were going to say something wrong.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Kelly? Anything to add there?
I think there's quite a few changes that we've made, although, you know, some small, some big.
Yeah.
And for me, it's been around my time management. And I know that can be a really big struggle for a lot of business owners. So it's something as simple as time blocking that we implemented, and really allocating, making sure that we had the right time to work on and work in the business, but also have some personal time blocking too.
Yeah.
It was very much our situation where we would finish our day's work here at work, go back to our family, and then start work again at night. And just making sure that we're making conscious decisions to keep that balance ourselves was really, really important. And time blocking certainly achieved that for me. And probably the other thing is, I hear Michaela saying, keep that bench seat warm, ladies, you know. So we're constantly looking for talent. So our approach to recruitment has really changed. So we've changed our website to make sure that there's a recruitment page. We're talking to people all the time, and we're trying to warm that bench seat so that when we do find talent, we can really include them in our business. And
yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And I love asking the question, you know, what changes have you changed in your business, but also your lifestyle, because so many people say, more time for family, or, you know, just working out priorities in life. And I just think it's really important to add, because business owners are busy. But, you know, it's important that we're putting in that time for family, friends, things that make us happy and fill our tank. So it's always good to hear a bit of that come through when I ask that question. Learnings. What learnings, if any, did you take from others in your group? So you're currently still on program, is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Any learnings that stand out for you, Di?
I guess it is just that value, that we really are adding value to clients.
For me, it's it is about the value, and for me, it's been about setting small, achievable goals. Yeah. So we've got, I've learnt that a lot from one of the other members in our group, and seeing her move her to-dos to goals to doing to done, really, really quickly. But the reality is that it's setting achievable goals, that it can be achieved in a really small time frame, and it's breaking down those big ones to smaller ones. So for me, that's something I've learnt not only from Michaela and the owner operator program, but also from seeing it in action by others, because really good at setting, you know, here's our 5-year goal, right? See you in 5 years. Whereas breaking it down into weekly goals is just so rewarding.
Yeah. Oh, how good is ticking something off? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, Di. Yeah, same page. Like, I know everyone's guilty of writing something on there that you've already done just so you can cross it out. Like, come on, tell me you've done that.
100%
couple of times.
Yes.
Exactly. You can't beat that feeling. So I totally agree. That's awesome. Cool. What piece of advice would you tell an owner manager of a small, medium-sized company in New Zealand right now? Anyone can jump in.
I would say look after yourself. I mean, we've seen a lot of media about well-being and things like that lately, and burnout really is a scary thing.
Yeah.
And as Kelly said, you know, the whole working in the evenings, we are both guilty of that, and are now putting measures into place so that we aren't doing that. And just reach out to regional business partners, get some help. They're a fantastic sounding board in terms of where you're at and what you need. And if it works out that you need to do an Icehouse program, then that's fantastic. But they give you great support in terms of what you need first. And Michaela's been one to say that to us, that it's sometimes that they actually need help with their bookkeeping before you can start looking at their goals, because you've got to get that meaningful information, and that's where we can step in and help with that, with collating that meaningful information for starters, to then be able to know what you're actually looking at.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about it that way. Actually just being right at the start of that goal setting so they know exactly where they need to go and what they need to do to grow their business. That's a really good, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Getting things nice and clean and tidy.
Yeah.
It's amazing how good you feel if you've got a tidy environment. Yeah. And that works in business and home and, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I also think that, if talking to anyone who's looking at an SME business and wanting to do an owner manager program or owner operator program, the biggest benefit you will get from it is by surrounding yourself with the right people. So everyone's got that right frame of mind. They're all wanting to do well, and knowing that there are changes that can be made to make things even better. And putting a real support structure in place for yourself. Often we're trying to do it all ourselves. But the reality is that there are some fantastic resources here in New Zealand by way of people and systems, and use them, get all the support you need, be it bankers, advisors, bookkeepers. There's so much support out there. So reach out and support yourself with great people.
Yeah, that's great. And also what you said, Di, around regional business program or partners, do get in touch with your regional business partner. They are amazing. And whether that be an Icehouse program or something else, it's a great place to start in terms of, where you can take your next step and get out of a little challenge that you may be in or into that next step of growth. So love what you both said there. So that's great. So anything that you took from 2020 into 2021? 2020, without saying the word, was something. Quite something, wasn't it?
Spectacular.
It was spectacular. But yeah, what anything that we actually took from that year on more of a positive note from 2020 into this year?
Hey, look, what we're taking from 2020 to 2021 has got to be positive growth. You know what? We're just all about growing our clients, growing our team, and growing success. We saw the fact that we could do it. We were able to do it. We can all do it together, and we're just going to carry on driving that. Learn about the fact that actually, if we put our minds to something, we can do it, and we're going to carry on.
Love it. Yeah. What about you, Di? Anything to add?
Yeah, I think it's the same kind of thing. 2020 taught us we could homeschool, we could work, we could do all sorts of things. We all realised we actually had an amazing ability to cope. And 2021 is still doing the same thing. We're still having to learn how to cope, just with different things. And for us, that's now finding more staff. It's there's always a challenge. It's just a different challenge.
Yeah.
Something.
And also, I think around that structure, making sure that you've got some structure in place that allows for that growth, and it allows for the peace of mind knowing that you're going forward in an organised manner, and that if situations arise, you're really prepared. And to me, that's what this has taught us, and what we've learned from 2020 to 2021 is just be prepared, have your procedures in place, so that you have built a resilience to be able to keep moving.
Yeah, both brilliant answers. That's great. And to finish up on the podcast with our last question, what does the future look like for Bookkeepers NZ?
Wow, what does the future look like?
Yeah, do we start?
Yeah,
I reckon it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, we're really excited that our business is going from strength to strength.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to carry on working with the Icehouse and with Michaela, just to help us with the direction that we're in, and making sure that we're ticking all those boxes and achieving those goals.
Great.
And the future focus is really going to be on our ideal client and implementing what we've learned. So seeing business growth with those clients that understand our value is going to be our real focus going forward, I think, in the next year or two, so that we've got a robust business that is working for our team and for us on a business and personal level.
Yeah, great. Anything from you, Di?
Yeah, I think one thing that will definitely stay in our future was something we implemented towards the end of last year, which was a strategy day with our team.
I love it.
Yeah, and that was really great. It was a day out of the office where we just looked at what was working and what wasn't working, and we saw some really great changes from that. So it's great to see that our team are looking towards the future as well, and knowing what that future looks like together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting.
It is exciting, and you guys make such a great team. That's definitely come across in this podcast. Dream team, here we go. But yeah, thank you so much for being on the Icehouse podcast, sharing your story and your experiences both in coaching and on our owner-operator program in the Hawke's Bay. So yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate your time, and all the best.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bryar.
Thank you, Bryar. It's been wonderful.